Здравейте! Добре дошли!
Привет на всички, които се присъединяват към нас сега. След броени минути ще започне презентацията на University of Padova, по-известен като най-старият университет в Европа след този в Болония. Презентацията ще бъде направена от Елена Морени, представител на университета. За тези от вас, които не са били на предишната презентация, напомняме, че могат да ни задават въпроси през цялото време, но не тук във Facebook, защото няма да успеем да отговорим на всички, а в Zoom.
В дъното на вашия екран ще видите опции. В средата има кутийка, под която пише чат. В този чат вие можете да публикувате вашите въпроси. На тях ще отговорим след края на презентацията. Очаква се самия презентацията да продължи около 30 минути, след което ще имаме 10, може би 15 минутки за въпроси и отговори. Ще прочитаме вашите въпроси, зададени в чат секцията. Ако е възможно, задавайте ги на английски език, за да можем по-бързо и по-лесничко да ги предаваме към Елена Морени. Тя от своя страна ще отговаря с усмивка.
И не се страхувайте да ни питате всичко, което ви интересува. Ще се опитаме да отговорим на всички въпроси, стига да ни позволи времето.
В края на презентацията си Елена ще сподели линк към своя календри, приложение, през което вие можете да запазвате таймслот от нейния график, за да си направите one-on-one meetings.
Имате възможност в рамките на 2 дни да изберете време, което ви е удобно, за да се видите с Елена, да направите персонална среща и да я попитате лично всичко, което я вълнува.
Естествено, ние оставаме на линия и сме тук, за да ви подкрепим.
Изчакваме още минутка-две, за да се присъединят още хора и стартираме.
Вече имаме 45 души в Zoom и надявам се милиони във Facebook. Здравейте, Мариела! Вече имаме и първото здравейте.
Привет! Може да тествате чата, ако искате, да тествате английския си.
Но може и на български.
Ако някой иска да зададе въпрос на български, колегите от Skyline ще помогнат в превода, така че дори това не е проблем. Идеята е да имате възможност да зададете лично въпросите, които ви интересуват.
Ако зададете въпросите си на италиански, това леко ще ни затрудни в прочитането,
но не и Елена.
Ще импровизирам. Вече имаме 48 души, 49, в Zoom 50 и един.
Страхотно, браво на вас.
И двама. Elena, we have 52 attendees in Zoom and millions in Facebook.
Oh, great. It's nice to hear that. Okay, so...
If you are ready, I believe we can start.
Great, okay. Okay, so hi everyone. Dober den. Did I say it right? Probably not, but never mind. Well, welcome to today's session. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you, Skylines, for organizing such a great event. I would have loved to meet you all in person in Bulgaria. I've never been there, so it would have been a great opportunity. But unfortunately, as you know, as everybody in the world knows, it's not the best moment to travel around. So, okay, let's have this meeting, this virtual meeting instead. My name is Elena, and I work at the Global Engagement Office of the University of Padova in Italy. And well, we will be spending the next hour together, and I hope you'll enjoy the presentation. So let's get started. Okay, let's have a quick look at today's agenda. We I will tell you something about the University of Padua and its history and why we say 8 centuries of academic excellence. We will have a look together at all our degree programs and how to apply. And the next part will be how to fund your studies. It is a very popular topic among international students. So I will show you the main scholarship opportunities and how much are the tuition fees and how you can obtain fee waivers for them. And last, we will have a look at the services we provide for students and the main university facilities. Okay, so the first part about us, 8 centuries of academic excellence, because the University of Padua was founded in 1222, so it's the second oldest university in Italy and one of the oldest in general. It is a very big university, also for Italian standards, but not only for Italian standards, I mean. It is multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary, meaning that you can basically study whatever you want in Padua, with the sole exception of probably design and fashion. We do offer programs in all different fields of knowledge. It is a research-intensive university, so you can get in touch with researchers, with renowned researchers from in different fields. Again, and if you wish to continue your career in the academia or become a researcher or even a professor, you will find here a very, very stimulating and learning environment. Last year, we were ranked the best university in Italy for teaching and research quality. And it is a very prestigious award given by the national organization in charge of evaluating higher education institutions in Italy on behalf of the Ministry of the University. So we are very, very proud of it. And it is so in Italian, but also it is very important in Italy, but also in the rest of the world, because we are ranked among the top 250 universities in the world. As we are going to see in a second, I'll show you the most important international rankings. As you can see, we are very high compared to other similar public universities. Okay, so there is the Shanghai ranking, the US ranking. As I mentioned, we are about 250 in the world. Okay, so let's play a little game together, just for fun. And well, since you are all European, I guess that you can easily locate Italy in Europe, but can you exactly locate Padua in Italy? Just type your answer in the chat if you wish to do this little game with me. Do you think Padua is in the north, in the south, in the east, est? Al nord. Perfect Italian. Okay. Someone else? Nord-ovest. Okay. Anybody else? Any other ideas? Don't be shy. I won't judge you. Okay, so the answer is that we are located in the northeastern part of the country. Well, in this slide, it looks like it is in the very center of the world, but okay, jokes aside, we are located, I repeat, in the northeast part of Italy. And as you can see, the label says Padova, while the slide says Padua. Are they the same location? Yes, they are, of course. Padova is the Italian way to say the city, both the city and the university, of course, while Padua is the English word for that. Okay, a close-up of Italy and of our region, which is called Veneto. As you can see, Padova is located very near Venice. And it's great because you can basically have weekly trips to one of the most beautiful cities in the whole world. And we are in a very strategic position in the country because you can you can easily reach Milan, Florence, or even cities in Austria or in Slovenia in a very short amount of time. We are about less than 3 hours from Milan. And well, some you can see in this slide some information, general information about Italy. We have a population of over 60 million people, and we are in one of the most important economies in the world, the 8th biggest world economy. Our region is a very wealthy region, and well, as you will see in the next slide, this is our city, and the red buildings are the university buildings. So as you can see, the university is spread all over the city. And since it is a small size, well, average sized city for Italian standards, you can go from one side to the other by bike. There are 162 kilometers of cycling paths, and it's really great to ride around the city. Of course, there is not a campus in an American way, but nevertheless, you can easily locate all the buildings because all areas are divided into main disciplines. So you have the psychology area, the engineering area, and so on. Okay, this is the aerial view of Padua at the city center, and the big square that you can see in the background is called Prato della Valle. And in the next slide, you will see it closer. It's very beautiful. It's one of the biggest squares in Europe. This is the famous Caffè Pedrocchi, which dates back to the 18th century. And the building on the left is the town hall. It's in the very heart of the city and close to the main university building. We're gonna see it in a few minutes. This is another typical view, typical venue of our city. It's called Palazzo della Ragione, and it dates back to the 14th century. Well, it's a beautiful place. I hope you will see it one day. And one of my favorites, it is the Botanical Garden, which actually belongs to the university, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It dates back to the 16th century, but what you can see here is the new part. So well, it is the biodiversity greenhouse, which is very, very new, as you can see. Okay, this is Palazzo Bo. This is the main seat, the traditional seat of our university. The main university, the most famous university building. You are looking at the old courtyard, which is indeed very beautiful. And if you are a student or a professor at the University of Padova, you can have the tour of Palazzo Bo for free, which is very, very worthy, in my opinion. Okay, this is the Aula Magna, the Great Hall, where all all significant events in the academical year take place. For example, the inauguration of the new academic year, or some particular events involving also the general population, or the awards of PhD degrees, etc. And well, as you can see, there are those seats in the back of the hall are reserved to the most important professors, and the central one is for the rector. It's the biggest, and it is for the rector. As I mentioned, the university was founded in 1222. So we are about to celebrate our 18th birthday, and I could say that we combine history, tradition, and innovation all in one place. If you are interested in studying medicine, Padova is definitely a good choice. I wouldn't say the best, but I can promise it's a really good choice. It can be considered the birthplace of modern medicine. And what you are looking at is the anatomical theater, the first anatomical theater in the world, which dates back to the 16th century. And William Harvey and Andreas Vesalius are only two of the professors or students in the field of medicine that attended the University of Padua throughout the centuries, and they really founded the medical discipline. And you probably can still see their names in books of medicine that students use nowadays. Just for the sake of knowing it, the first heart transplant in Italy was performed at the University of Padua in the 80s. The scientific revolution had one of its centers in Padua. Galileo Galilei was a professor at the University of Padua, and he stayed here for 18 years, so quite a long time. And Nicolaus Copernicus was, well, the famous Polish astronomer, was one of our most brilliant students. Our commitment to gender equality and inclusion dates back to the 17th century, when Elena Lucrezia Cornaro Piscopia was the first woman in history to get a degree in philosophy, by the way. And well, since then, our commitment remained alive, and we are keeping it alive also today. It plays an important part of our university life. Some facts and figures about us. We have over 60,000 students, and 3,000 of them are international students, and the number grows every year. Over 3,000 professors and researchers, and over 2,300 technical and administrative staff like me. The university is divided in 32 departments and 8 schools. As I mentioned, you can study almost every discipline in Padua. We provide a university hospital and a veterinary hospital so that students can practice and see for real what the profession they are pursuing is like. We have 29 university libraries and 13 university museums, 1 school of higher education, and 10 halls of residence and 17 university canteens. So as you can see, as you can figure, it is a very, very big university. And as I mentioned, it is spread throughout the city. And as the city grows, the university grows with new departments, new centers, or as we're going to see in a second, we take old buildings and we give them a new function for our students. For example, this is a view of the School of Humanities, which was recently reopened after a long restoration. It used to be a nunnery, then a hospital, and then it is it started to be restored by the university so that students can attend them. So they built some study rooms and a completely new and modern library, and an old building has become a new venue of the university. This is a view of the School of Agricultural and Veterinary Sciences, which probably can be considered the only campus in American way, because it is located in the outskirts of the city, about 10 kilometers from the city center. And the reason is obviously because of the discipline taught here. Agricultural and veterinary sciences imply a use of fields, of real fields, of stables for the animals. So they need particular structures, and so that it was built outside of the city center, outside of the city. But it can be reached in 15 minutes. This is part of the School of Medicine, one of the newest buildings. The School of Psychology, which happens to be very close to my office. I see this building every morning. Okay, next part, study with us, where we'll see degree programs and how to apply. Since you are all European, I will not dwell on this slide about the Italian education system, because I assume that your education system is quite the same, with primary education and secondary education, and then the university divided in bachelor's and master's. The only exception is the big orange form, which is the single cycle degree. The single cycle degree is very peculiar of the Italian system, and it is reserved to some kind of professions, very, very specific professions, such as medicine and surgery, dentistry, or law. And well, it is a combination of a bachelor and a master. So you can apply immediately after completing your high school, but at the end of the path, which lasts 5 or 6 years, you will get a master's degree. So it's very, very, very peculiar of our education system. Okay, here is a focus of on English degree programs. The number of degree programs completely delivered in English is getting bigger and bigger every year, because there is an increasing need for them. And as I mentioned, the number of international students is growing. So every year we add some programs both at bachelor and at master level. We offer 4 bachelor's degrees completely held in English. 2 of them are new for next academic year. Medicine and surgery, which is a single cycle degree, as I explained you a few moments before, and 31 master's degrees offered by all our schools. So the School of Agricultural Sciences and Veterinary Medicine, Economics and Political Sciences, and the next one is the School of Engineering, the School of Science, the School of Medicine, the School of Psychology, which is very, very popular, and the School of Human and Social Sciences and Cultural Heritage. So as you can see, our academic offer is very, very wide, also in terms of English degree programs. Moreover, we do offer more than 150 bachelor's and master's degree programs completely held in Italian, of course. Okay, and if you wish to apply to one of our degree programs, you should keep in mind the address on this slide, apply.unipd.it. This is the application platform for all international students. So the application is online. It's very, very simple, very user-friendly. You just insert your data and you upload your documents, and that's it. And then you wait for the evaluation of your background. Well, we will see that actually there are a few entry requirements to consider, but the application platform is very, very easy to use. For the next intake, 2021-2022, these are the dates for application. So from the 2nd of November, it's about to start, to the 2nd of February 2029. And the second call will be on the 2nd of March to the 2nd of May or June. In your case, it will be June because you are European. Then for other programs, especially for Italian taught programs, there are other deadlines, but you can check the deadlines on the relevant call for applications. What you will pay for your application, just the application fee, which is 30 euros per program. And if you get admitted, you will have to pay the first installment, which is 188 euros, which is necessary to secure your place at the university. We can have a quick look at admission requirements. Keep in mind that for bachelor's and single cycle degree programs, usually there is a test to enter the program, which can be the SAT, for example, for psychological sciences, or the TOLK, which is an online test, or other kind of tests. But generally speaking, there is always a test to enter bachelor's and single cycle degree programs. As far as language requirements is concerned, the level required for English taught degree programs is corresponds to a B2 level of the CEFR, which is the IELTS 5.5, well, between 5.5 and 6.5, more or less. And for Italian taught degree programs, well, you don't need to prove your knowledge of Italian because you are European, so you are not required to have any certificates or to pass any further examinations. But we do recommend you to have at least a B2 level of Italian in case you wish to attend an Italian taught degree program, because otherwise you will experiment issues in following your classes and understanding texts and of course passing your exams. So it would be a waste of time for you first. For master's degree programs is not the same, meaning that usually you have only your background, your educational background checked by an academic committee. So you won't have to sit an examination, to pass a test, but only to have a relevant bachelor's degree and to have some curricular requirements, some minimum curricular requirements. As far as language requirements is concerned, it is the same thing as bachelor's and single cycle, so I won't read it again. This is focused on medicine and surgery, which is a very, very popular degree program. As I mentioned, our tradition in the field of medicine is very renowned. So we have a limited number of places on a national basis to enter this this degree program, and we offer it both in English or in Italian, completely in English or completely in Italian. And well, the application is run by the ministry, so it implies a national test, which is simply a national test in Padua for the Italian taught degree program, or the IMAT for the English taught. The IMAT is the standard test provided by the Cambridge assessment system. So you can easily find information about it online. This is an overview of the academic year 2021-2022, so that you can have just an idea of how the academic year is organized. Usually it is organized in 2 semesters, and first you you follow your classes and then you can sit your exams. Okay, funding your studies, tuition fees and scholarships. Okay, let's do another quick game together, just to well, to have fun. And the question this time is, how much does it cost to live in Padua for a month, in your opinion? Well, in generally speaking. Just type a number in the chat. 800 euros per month. Okay. Anyone else? 600. Okay. 5,000. Oh my. 800. Okay, so the average is 800, I would say. Okay, we will check the answer in a few minutes. But first, let's talk about tuition fees. We are a public university, so tuition fees are less than 3,000 euros per year. They are, well, the actual amount depends on the field of your degree, because all degrees are divided into 3 groups, as you can see, but more or less they are the same and less than 3,000 euros. They are to be paid in 3 installments. The first is, as I mentioned, necessary to secure your place. So it is to be paid upon enrollment. And the second and the third are variable according to ISE. What is ISE? Well, if you wish to come to Italy, it's very, very important that you become familiar with the ISE, the Equivalent Economic Status Index, which is a special document issued by authorized bodies that entitles you to have discounts on a variety of services. In this case, it is necessary to have your tuition fees waived. So to get a very, in some cases, a very significant discounts based on this, well, on your family income, your situation, your economic situation. Okay, these are well, the main scholarship opportunities we do offer to international students, and some of them are merit-based, the majority, and some of them are income-based. For example, the scholarship given by the Veneto region, by our region. As you can see, some of them, most of them actually, are reserved to English degree programs. If you wish to find out more, there is the link, and all the scholarship opportunities are available in full detail. Okay, here is the answer of our little game. The average living costs in Padua for a month are between 600 and 700 euros. Well, I would say that it also depends on your living standards, because well, there was someone who wrote 5,000 euros. Well, maybe if you go to the most expensive restaurants and you you attend the most expensive places in Padua, you can even spend 5,000 euros per month, but well, it's unlikely. To support you during your studies, you can, of course, do find a job. You can find a job like a classic part-time job for students, like bartender or the babysitter, the dog sitter. Or you can also apply for a on-campus job. So you can apply to the possibility to collaborate with us in our offices up to 200 hours and have a remuneration of about 8 euros per hour. There is an annual competition. You just apply, and if you meet the requirements, you can take this opportunity, which is very, very good, I think, because, well, it's nice to have these students around in offices, and for them, I think it's a good opportunity to see what happens behind the curtains in the background. They just attend classes and meet professors, but they don't know what happens in our offices. Now we will see some student services. Well, the first and probably the most important one is concerns housing, because obviously when you move to another city, the first thing to do is to find accommodation. And I have good news for you, because in September 2020, so last month, we established a new housing office. You can contact it by email using this address, housing@unipd.it. And it is dedicated to international students. So you can contact it and receive help in finding a suitable accommodation for you. They can both give you advice as far as dorms and well, the ESU regional agency is concerned. I will explain you in a minute. Or they can tell you how to find accommodation in the private market and find a room or a flat to be shared with other students. So I think it's a very good opportunity for our international students, because you know, it's important to have a good place to study, but also a good place to live. And well, the ESO regional agency provides accommodation in halls of residence in the city center or near the main university buildings, and you can apply through an annual competition. In this case, you have to refer to the ESA, the document I mentioned before, because the place in this dorms, in these halls of residence, is reserved to those who has a certain family income lower than a certain amount. You can find details on our website. welcome services. The first one, of course, is the buddy service. You will be assigned a buddy. I hope he or she will be as handsome as the guy in the picture, but I cannot promise. And he or she will welcome you in the very first days of your since your arrival in Padua, and will support you during the tougher period of your probably the tougher period of your academic life, of your university life, which will be the first weeks in a completely new city and in a new country where everybody speaks another language. And well, it's good to have someone who can relate to you in this sense. And as I mentioned, since you are European, you are not required to prove your knowledge of the Italian language, but nevertheless, we encourage you to learn at least basic Italian, because it helps. It helps when you go to the grocery store or to the post office, or I don't know what else. It helps to at least know a few basic sentences, a few basic words in Italian, so that you can feel more accepted, more involved in the local community. For this reason, we offer an intensive Italian language course, which is completely free of charge, and it lasts 2 weeks. Registration open during the summer, so you will attend it just in the first weeks since your arrival, in order to prepare you for well, the real academic year. And it has, well, of course, a limited number of places, but you will be given instructions on how to apply and how to join this good opportunity to practice your Italian or to learn it from scratch. Okay, these are some initiatives that make you feel supported throughout your experience at the University of Padua. There is the Inclusion Office for students with disabilities or specific learning disabilities. There is also a psychological assistance service, because we are human beings, so sometimes particularly international students who need to, probably a little bit more to set up into the university environment, need assistance, need someone to turn to talk to. And that's why there is this psychological service completely free of charge. They do speak English, so feel free to contact them in case you are experiencing any kind of psychological issue. If you have some issues not related to your psychological situation, but to your academic situation, so you you are experiencing difficulties in time management or organizational difficulties, you don't know how to fill in your study plan, etc. It's good to contact the tutoring service, the tutoring office, and they will certainly help you in solving this kind of academic related issues. There is also a very important career service and job placement, which provides you with internship opportunities and also job opportunities. in order to help you find a place to work during your experience at the university, but also after that. So they help you to find a job. We have a great university language center where you can practice the study of modern foreign languages, such as English, obviously, but also French, German, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, and also Italian as a foreign language. It is also a test center for official language certifications, which is quite useful. Well, IELTS is probably the most popular one, but there are also some certificates in other languages, for example, Russian or even Italian. The CILS, the CILS is the certificate for Italian as a foreign language. And moreover, we have a great university sports center, which is called KUS, and you can practice a very wide variety of different sports, both at competitive and at amateur level. There are two very big sport facilities in Padua, and you can also have a reduction on your annual fees and some benefits if you pursue a professional career as an athlete in a certain sport discipline. And of course, we have also some students associations. The first one, which is worth mentioning, is the International Student Council, which is the representative association of international students at the University of Padua. So if you have any kind of issue as an international student, they will help you to find a way to make sure that you can solve your issue in an effective way. The Concentus Musicus Patavinus is a music association of musicians. There is also a multi-language theater group and many others. If you wish to find out more, there is the link and you will find the complete list of our student associations, so that you can enjoy also life and experience life and meet new people in a new city. These are the contacts, our website, of course, and I recommend you to keep an eye on it, because we are organizing some initiatives for prospective students like you, particularly in November, December. There will be an open week for international students, and so that you can find out more about specific degree programs. And well, there will be a lot of initiatives for you, designed for you to give you an idea of what the University of Padova is like, and to encourage you to apply to come here, because it's a very beautiful city, and of course a very beautiful university, and you can pursue a very worthy degree program here. And these are the social media contacts, and the international.admission@unipd.it is the email address of our colleagues in charge of admissions. So if you have any doubts, please do not hesitate to contact us by email, and we will be glad to help you in any possible way. Here is also the link to book your one-to-one meeting next week with me. There are a few slots from Wednesday to Friday, so feel free to book your meeting in case you wish to discuss very, I don't know, a personal situation or a specific doubt you have related to your admission to the University of Padua, and I'll be glad to meet you in person. And well, I think that's all. Oh, okay. The final slide is there is a link. I will later in a few minutes I will start the Q&A session, and I'll put all these links in the chat box so that you can visit them later. This one is our video 10 reasons for studying in Padua, and there will be also a link to a very short survey so that you can tell me honestly. Please be honest. You can tell me how was today's presentation? Did you enjoy it? Did you find it boring or whatever? I'd love to know your opinion about it.